have something else for everyone to enjoy. It's a little spicy. It's Hot Topics, ladies and gentlemen. This morning's panel, I have comedians Timmy Booth and Monica Nevi from the Upper Left Comedy Festival, along with my executive producer, Joseph Sutner. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having us.
We're very excited. First of all, let's talk. I've never heard of this. I am ashamed. Tell us about the Upper Left Comedy Festival. What's it all about?
Well, so it's been going for a couple years now, so it's not the longest standing thing, so it's okay that you don't know about it yet.
Thank you.
But it's very exciting. It's a comedy festival here in Seattle, and we have 3 venues, 2 at the Rendezvous, 1 at the Hereafter, and it's a bunch of local comics come and gather and do their best stuff, and then some touring comedians come through as well.
Cool. All right, I'm here for that. I love that.
It's a great way to see a lot of different comedians all in one place. We don't often get together either, so the comedians are out of control. It's like summer camp for us, and then you can see a bunch of different shows in one weekend.
You know, and it's important. I actually always feel like it's great to laugh, and I have to. I remind myself I need to start watching more comedy and going to see more comedy because I need that serotonin in my life. Well, cheers to y'all. I have a beverage for us to try.
I'm excited to try these.
These are Vivid Light Cider. They are non-alcoholic.
No, they're light alcoholic.
Oh, they're light alcoholic.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's
a light cider.
Non-like light.
Kind of like a trend right now, you know, this light alcohol.
Yeah, I'm sort of a light alcoholic as well.
Nice. Good for you.
That makes sense. That's why I like cider that doesn't have a lot of stuff in it because I want. What am I going to try? Bright cherry.
This is Tart Apple from. This is from Seattle Cider Company. And when they emailed us, I love their other cider brands that they have.
Okay.
And so when I heard they were launching this new one, I was like, let's try it on the show.
I've never tried that. How come you haven't told me?
Well, gosh, I'm a bad friend to you, I guess.
No. Okay, let me try it.
Because we like it because there's no gluten in it for us. We're kind of in that camp of people. So
this is perfect in the morning.
Oh, this is boat drinking, lake enjoying, sunshine cider.
98 calories in this only. That's pretty good. So.
Oh my gosh,
this is great, especially in the morning.
This tastes like summer.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Did you get tart apple? You should try the pear.
How are you going to be drunk all day if you don't start in the morning?
I know, right? There you go.
4.2% alcohol. So again, low, light alcohol.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's sort of Pacific Northwest flavors too. We got cherry and apple. I don't know if pears are grown here.
They use Washington apples in these too.
This is really good.
It's really good.
I really like this.
Local fun.
All right. Well, this is good. This is fun. Follow them, I'm sure, on the social media webs. And speaking of Instagram, did you see that they've launched a new feature? It's a new AI feature.
This blew my mind.
Yesterday we spent all day. So basically what you do is you can ask it to make images of almost anything.
What did Amity ask for?
So he goes, I want a Star Trek cat party.
And that's what we got.
I mean,
would you not want to go to that party?
I mean,
Timmy, let's go.
Let's go.
I mean,
allergies, but that's.
This one is.
I asked for sad robot shopping in Costco.
You can tell they're sad.
That is what is happening. Look at their faces. And then producer Rebecca asked for a tap dancing sea otter.
That's good too.
Yeah.
I have to say,
this is going to take up so much of my time.
It's like a baton or
It's got
cane.
a baton.
It looks like a knife.
Do you need that when you tap dance? I don't know.
Maybe not as, it depends on if you're sleeping with the fishes. You might need
he's
a
like,
screwdriver.
dance.
I'm just saying.
I've never tap danced, I don't know.
That is funny. Isn't that, have you ever tried that? Have you tried AI?
I've used some of it, just to create stuff that doesn't really exist. Yeah, like the tap dancing otter.
Yes, right.
With a knife. I feel like I'm always behind on the technology stuff, and so now the only versions I've tried, like nobody has eyes or whatever, so it's too scary for me to keep playing with.
Well, if you go into Instagram, you just go up to where the messaging section is, and you'll see like that little colorful ring, and you can ask it whatever. But you were also saying like, oh, well, what job is going to be lost by AI?
Yeah, I mean, graphic designers are in
scared
tears right now. No.
Are they getting requests like that? Are they getting sad robot at Costco? And I mean, maybe.
Who knows? Who could say?
This is so funny. I don't know.
For your birthday.
Maybe for my birthday.
But I was like,
I'm a big Costco fan.
My thought was, are comedians in danger of AI replacing us?
With jokes like that, maybe.
I think we're more in danger of the otter with the screwdriver, but that's
that's a good point.
I think we're many years away from that because you gotta be creative to do that, right? I mean,
I think you do. It's interesting. I will say I have a moral like apprehension to doing anything that has to do with writing with AI. I've actually seen it on LinkedIn. They can now rewrite your resume for you and such. And then I just tried it just to see. I'm not going anywhere, don't worry. But I just wanted to try it. And it was like, what? Ew, it's bad. So I do feel like that's our gift as humans, is being able to write written words. So I do feel bad for graphic artists.
We've talked about that on our staff, and I said, well, until they can put like artificial intelligence in a robot, I'm fine, because you have to like physically move stuff to work here, and also like be intelligent and like creative.
This is true.
So,
All right.
Still waiting for the robots. I guess.
Well, while we wait for AI to progress, let's just all go on a nude cruise, shall we?
I hate this story.
I mean, I'm gonna need more of this if that's what.
Yeah.
All right, so there is a new nude cruise from Norwegian to sail out of Port of Miami starting in 2025.
No.
Would you ever want to?
No, this actually makes me really mad.
Yes, tell me why.
Because the last cruise that Timmy and I went on, that's why we got kicked off. So now
Rude.
now it's a whole cruise.
Now it's cool.
He said that he was like, one day you're gonna regret this, and now they're using that idea. We were having.
Where's our royalties?
I can't tell if this is true or not, but tell me more.
I've
He's
actually
never been on a cruise.
never been on a cruise.
So
but,
a nude one you would know?
yeah, that might be the first one I go on.
Wow.
Your first cruise.
I'm
was
like,
nude.
finally.
One for Timmy.
Yeah, maybe each cruise I go on, I add one article of clothing.
Oh.
So
What?
I'm just not like, even a clothed cruise is like a nightmare for me.
Really?
I don't. You're stuck with all those people. I mean, some people love cruising, so that's great for them. But for me, that's just not my. And then just the naked part.
I do love a cruise. I'm fine with the cruise. I do.
Oh.
But I will say, several years ago, I was sent to do the world's largest skinny dip, a story on the world's largest skinny dip, and I was working in Sacramento as a reporter.
Oh.
So me and the photographer were driving, and we're like, we got this. We're adults. We're both, in our late 20s, early 30s. We're
Adults,
fine.
yeah.
We get there. The first thing I see is a naked dude on a bike.
Oh boy.
And I go, naked dude on a bike, naked dude on a bike. And it was like, I was
And they
a
brought
child.
you to Seattle.
And then they
That's
were
all we
like,
have
hey,
here.
and this is what you get. So no, I don't think I'm mature enough to handle a naked cruise.
That's a good point, though, because I will say every nude anything I've ever stumbled upon or been to or heard of, it's never who you're hoping you're going to see.
Never.
know?
It's not like, I don't know why Fabio comes to mind, but it's that's who you're thinking.
You want to see
Well,
Fabio?
if he was
okay.
on a bike, he'd be like, I'll
All
flip on
right,
the bike.
I'm here for
Wow.
that. Okay, moving on. Speaking of naked people, apparently The Bachelorette was spotted taping in Seattle over the weekend at a park in Magnolia. I don't know anything about The Bachelor, really, so I don't know what that would mean, why they were filming here. I don't watch the show except occasionally. So what do you think?
I'm excited about it. I mean, I've always wanted to be on The Bachelorette. I am married now, but
well,
I don't think it's too late. I could be the first
could be the first married person.
Bachelorette contestant. I could be what they're looking for.
Oh, well, there you
Well, they're
have
here.
it.
Now's your chance.
Yeah.
Go find them wherever they are.
I don't know what that means either. I think I used to watch it more, so if it's either a contestant is from here, or maybe they made it far enough to do a hometown, or if they're, I don't know.
That's Trista, who is the first Bachelorette ever.
Oh.
They're just
She
expanding.
I guess she was from Seattle.
Okay.
Maybe they're doing
Okay,
some
so-
promos in Seattle.
She's not from Seattle.
Oh, she's not from Seattle.
We have no idea
Sorry.
what is happening
But
here.
we know that they're taping here.
But we know they're taping here
Timmy
for
will
some
be in the
reason.
background.
I
at some
could be.
point there.
I'll be like, hello, I'm married, but I'm just looking for friends. I'm
Yep,
just
there
here
you
to
go.
find friends.
And you know what? That's a very beautiful park. So
It's
at least they're making our city look good.
Right, and you know what? I'm glad they finally picked a park outside of Cary Park. No shade on Cary Park. It's an absolutely beautiful place, but
But
there
you
are
know.
so many more vistas
Yes,
here
exactly.
in Seattle.
Good
and
point.
If the film commission needs some help, you should absolutely employ a member of the media or somebody who might have a little extra time on the weekends that can take you around, and their rates are relatively cheap.
Who could say?
I'm glad they're showing off the beauty of Seattle, though. I'm glad it's not like Fallout filming here. Then we'd be in trouble.
Where like
It's
our city's falling apart.
Fall is
and,
beautiful.
No, Fallout, the radioactive apocalypse.
Yeah,
TV
And I thought you
show.
meant fall out here. Radioactive apocalypse, no.
Not as great.
Well, we're refusing
But fall
from
is
that.
beautiful.
Yeah. Did you get any recipe inspiration when we were talking with Carissa earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were ready to make that grain bowl.
I was.
Yeah, and you, the baked brie?
Yeah.
The
Where
pan-fried
it was like
pan-fried
fried.
brie.
When I saw that, I was like, that looks like deep fried cheese, and I'm all about it.
Yep.
Not deep fried, but
Gotta be very honest. I was very excited to have her on the show.
I know you
Yes.
were. I know you
She is
were.
such a big deal in like the online foodie world. I've made several of her recipes, and it's pretty legit.
I
so.
have to say, it's very rare to see producer Joseph fangirl over anyone, and you
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was excited to have her on. So.
Yeah, and she was grand.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She
she's
had some
great.
great ideas.
Very nice.
And speaking of lunch, look at this. We've gone from super healthy to bringing you these Lunchables.
Yeah,
which
interesting in the news lately.
Listen, I have fed my children these more than one occasion.
Yes.
But recently, Consumer Reports, they said they have asked the federal government to remove Lunchables from the National School Lunch Program over claims that they contain too much sodium and high levels of lead. So the sodium part did not surprise me. I was like, no kidding.
That's my favorite food.
Right?
Yeah.
Sodium.
But the lead did surprise me a bit.
It's not bothering Joseph.
Joseph is not
Give me the
bothered
lunch.
by this. He is going to eat that lunch. My kid, that's my favorite. That's their favorite
It's
Lunchable.
mine too.
They will all the time eat that.
I like
Your children have excellent taste.
I love the nachos.
There you go.
Oh, they're so little.
Having heard this, I have wondered to myself, do I feed the children this still? I'd like to read Kraft's response. Kraft Heinz has responded saying, the fact is that all Lunchable products meet strict safety standards set by government agencies. And they said, Consumer Reports admits that none of the food they tested exceed any legal or regulatory limits, but chose to bury that fact. That is the response
Okay.
from Kraft Heinz to Consumer Reports.
Just a little bit.
But this is the part about being an American to me. You get to choose for yourself.
Yeah, I ate Lunchables all throughout elementary school, and I think it really explains my grades.
in a good way.
Yeah, I made all A's. I was an all A elementary school student. I think we need more lead. I think we more.
You think it was the lead? I will say, where I'm a stand-up comedian, I'm on the road all the time. I still eat Lunchables quite often.
Do you
So-
now?
oh,
Is that your
yeah.
favorite one?
Yeah, I do prefer crackers and cheese or whatever because I can drive.
Can I trade you my Kit Kat for one
There
of
you
your
go.
gummy
Yeah,
worms?
absolutely. Let's do this.
Because I like.
I know,
really
I've never
wanna-
gotten gummy
Actually, I
worms
think
in
I
here
get
before.
two gummy worms. Okay. All
I
right.
have these
That's
new
two. There's two in here.
What do you got? Dunkers?
chicken tenders. They're chicken dunks.
I've never even seen that.
I've never had this before, but I think I know what's for dinner.
Is it okay? Because I've actually gotten my kid that before and they didn't like it. I think it was because it was cold.
Yeah, the
Oh,
cold. It's hard
microwave.
with the cold.
I think for me, it's all about just like a balanced
Put
diet.
that in the microwave?
This, no, never. I would never do that.
You would never put
No.
this.
Just
Because
chicken
usually
I'm
by
saying
the time
you
it
could
gets
do that
to
if
school.
you needed to do that, but for me, I would never.
Right.
No.
You're supposed to.
By the way, hate to take it back to something we talked about earlier, but new pairing, gummy worms and Vivid Light Cider.
Is that working for you?
So good.
Oh.
All right. Let's talk about our next topic, which is Sound Transit. Getting ready. So, whilst you drink your Vivid,
Yep.
take the Sound
Take the
Transit.
train. I
Do
take
not
the
drink
train all
and
the time,
drive.
anyways. Yeah.
They're getting ready to open that new light rail in Bellevue this weekend. I cannot believe it. I'm so excited. Now, the connection from Seattle to Bellevue won't open until next year.
So that's what we're seeing
So
here.
you can only
then.
go one way.
Yeah, the I-90 floating bridge. But you know what? It's kind of sad that it didn't open on time. But hats off to those lawmakers on the east side for saying the train tracks are already over here. We might as well use it rather than just letting them sit there.
Okay, so but what do you do once you
Well,
get here? How do you get home?
Well, I mean, if
Is
the people,
that what it is? It goes
It's
just
just-
to Bellevue.
just
One-
on the east side,
just
just
one
only
way.
for
Oh, it
the
goes up
Redmond
and
to
down. Got it.
Yeah,
Bellevue.
okay.
South
Never mind.
Bellevue.
That makes
All right.
sense.
But you know,
Okay,
for the
well,
people
that's
that
really
live
nice
over
to
there,
hear.
I'm sure that's convenient if you need to use that.
I mean, say your friend abandons you
Who could say?
in Seattle and you need to get to Bellevue.
Well, not yet. It's not open that part yet.
Oh, it's the other way.
It's just open in Bellevue
You
only.
need to get
got it. Okay.
abandoned in
In
Redmond
Bellevue,
or something,
yeah. And then you need to
then
get down to south.
Which
Okay, if I'm getting abandoned anywhere, I can Redmond.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that people in Bellevue can get a little preview of what it's like to live in Seattle, the cool city. That's my hot take. Bellevue.
Hot takes on Bellevue.
Okay, all right.
I
Wow,
just,
throwing shade at Bellevue.
boots coming from Bellevue.
I remember when it opened in Capitol Hill, there was so much fanfare and all these like-minded urbanists coming together to celebrate something like this. And I was part of that. Also, I'm kind of an urbanist, whatever. And it was just a very nice moment for all of us to look at all this collective work that we've done, and now it's open and we can all use it. So hopefully there will be some of that energy, even though it's not completely open,
Well, here's
this
to
weekend.
civics
Cheers to
and
that.
to utopias.
Yes, right? Yeah.
And
Public
to
transportation.
driving.
not throwing shade at anyone. Speaking of people throwing shade,
Okay.
have you all listened to Taylor Swift's new album, The Tortured Poets Department?
No.
You haven't? What?
I've listened to 3 songs and it was very sad. So
It does seem a little sad.
I tabled it for another time.
I've listened to quite a bit. My wife is a big Swiftie, so I have no choice, basically.
So you've heard it.
But I did get texts about some of what this means, and there's drama around this and stuff. So I'm trying to keep up. I don't know everything.
Timmy?
I've read the track list,
Oh, okay.
and
okay.
I see in one song they capitalized K-I-N-M, Taylor
Yes.
did,
Yes.
which seems like a not so subtle
Yeah.
shout out.
Yeah.
To her bestie.
Would you call it a shout out?
Kim Kardashian.
So here's what I thought. I've actually done a lot more listening to other people commenting on this in preparation for our little discussion about it. And I know I think "Thank You, Amy" is the track, and she's clearly talking about Kim Kardashian in it. And I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think, well, first of all, I don't love critics of anything who are like, oh, she did this. I mean, let her go. She's an artist. Let her do her thing.
True.
I will say I've made it no secret that I think Kim Kardashian is like the first horseman of the apocalypse of society. So I don't feel that it is. I think it's interesting when you call these people out. I mean, hey, look, I have nothing against the success of the Kardashians or anybody, but like, I am always like, do no harm.
Sure.
And clearly it seems that Taylor thinks she did harm. So.
Yeah.
I don't know all the specifics about the drama. I do know, though, that Britney Spears had a song where she used the name Amy as well. I'm feeling bad for Amy now.
Oh,
She seems
yes.
like she's getting a
Tension
lot of the
strains.
flack for what these other
That's
ladies
also
are
kind of a
doing, you know?
controversial song.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's a good song though.
I wonder. It's interesting.
What did Amy do?
I know.
Amy.
So, did you listen to any of the new one?
I did, and actually it was funny because I was like hanging out with my daughter and we were just kicking back, and I said, hey, the device in my house, play Taylor Swift's new album. And it was actually, this is the point that was weird. I had to explain to my daughter that like back in the day when someone released a new album, you had to go to Tower Records or wherever you went to get your, and you had to wait in line, and then sometimes it would get sold out, so you just couldn't hear it. And like, I was surprised by the ease at which we could just listen to this music, and that's what was the most important thing to me. I'm like, could you believe it? Back in my day,
We walked uphill both
that's not
ways
true.
to the Sun Coast.
but
No boy.
the Sun Coast. You just pulled out Sun Coast. No, but overall, I have liked the album. I was never a huge Swiftie, but as she's gotten older, I can relate a little bit to her more, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
I
The
guess.
vibes are very sad on this one though. I feel like some boys have broken her heart. It seems like. So.
Well, and she's never been shy about sharing
Yeah.
that, so
Yep.
I don't know if anyone.
I'll
was
listen to it
surprised.
soon. I'll listen to it.
Listen to it.
Yeah.
See what
Yeah,
you
yeah,
vibe in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, friends, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Oh,
And come to the festival this week.
Yeah.
Not
Come
do
to Upper
anything.
Left.
if I bring you Lunchables, can I get in for free?
Yeah, Saturday. My shows are all Saturday,
Okay.
starting with my live podcast recording. So if you bring me a Lunchable for that, I'll have you on
I'll be
stage. How about
there.
that?
I'll be there. You want more of this? Can I have it? I'm gonna steal this one.
My first show is on Thursday at 7:30 at the Hereafter with Wally Barham. So,
Ooh.
yeah,
right.
Wally Barham and friends. I've never met her, but I think we're
It's
friends
Very
already.
funny
It'll be
and,
great.
on
She's a
TV
friend
and
now.
stuff, yeah.
Thank you all so much. It was such a pleasure chatting with you. And thank you all for spending time with us today. You can check our website for more of our content. You can always send us an email to share your thoughts. But most important, get out there and enjoy your
gonna
new day.
show.
We'll see you next time.
Upper Left.